Hey, converted man here. Hey, look, more shootings happened. Yeah, how surprising. It's like every day now. Park gunman admitted to firing on parade crowd, contemplated attack on other places, And before this, there was like a hospital that got shot up, and there was some other place that this mass shooting took place. Just a shooting here, shooting there, everywhere, shooting. Shooting everywhere. Shooting. If you just type in shooting, you get all sorts of results. Yeah, it's like, yeah, yes, yes. Um, people can't sleep and bad things and all sorts. Oh man, what do we do? About this shooting. Here's a Publix parking lot. There was shooting and there and the shooting here and a shooting there and a shooting everywhere. Yeah, it's great. It's great. And every time it comes up, the answer that I see proposed is more guns. Yes, yes, that's the answer. Obviously, duh. It just arm everybody. Yeah, arm everyone. If everyone's armed, then if the bad guy or bad girl, the bad person with the gun, who pulls out the gun to start shooting people, somebody will notice that person and shoot them. Right now, of course, as they pull out their gun, somebody else might see them and go, wait a minute. Oh, that person's pulling out a gun to shoot somebody. Obviously, they're bad. Let me pull out my gun and shoot them. And somebody else might see them and be like, oh, wait a minute. And it might cause some sort of chain reaction. Maybe. Oh, but if they're well trained, because they're totally going to be well trained, then they would know who to shoot when and how to do it and whatever. Or, yeah. Would it prevent it? No. But would it stop them? Well, maybe if they got shot. And, it's like this idea, the good guy with the gun can stop the bad guy with the gun. And, well, we need stricter gun regulations. Oh, no, we can't have that because Moss Second Amendment, and then we debate about what that is and go, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? More restrictions. No, more guns. No, more restrictions. More guns. No, more. And then there's another shooting. Hey, what do we do about this? Oh, more restrictions. More guns. More restrictions. And it's like, and then another day goes by. Some more people get killed. It's the same old story every time. And gun sales invariably go up every time an event like this happens. People go run out, buy some guns for people they know. It's like, yeah, you gotta have some protection. So it's like, how is that? Like, so what's the root cause? As I keep asking this to myself, I keep going, why does somebody decide to go out and just mow down a bunch of people one day? Like, what happened to that individual? How did they get to that point? And obviously this person is also self-destructive because they don't seem to care if they get killed themselves. I think that's pretty obvious. School shootings, of course, now there's library shootings, and then there's a hospital shooting. Somebody went and shot up people at a hospital. It's like, dude, no, stop. And just, it's insanity. And of course, some schools are like, they post a sign, some of our teachers are armed, or you will be met with deadly force or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you can post that sign whether or not it's true, and maybe that will deter certain people, but others who don't care might go in anyways. Shooting at churches. And it's like, oh, well, if everyone was like, well, here's this shooting at a church, and this other person had a gun, they shot the person that shot somebody else. It's like, yeah, they shot like 3 people, then they got shot. Okay, so they would have shot more if they hadn't got shot. So see, it works. See, the more gun idea works. More guns, more and more and more and more and more. And then you see, well, if we restrict guns, get more laws, the thing is, the bad guy will never obey that law. They don't care what the law is. If you restrict concealed carry in public transportation, the criminal doesn't care about that. It only hurts the law-abiding citizens, right? This is the argument that's made. And you go, well, I mean, yeah, the person that's gonna commit a crime doesn't care what other crimes they also are breaking as they're committing that crime. So yeah, they're concealing a weapon, which is illegal, and then they're owning that particular weapon, which is probably also illegal, and then they're going to use it in an illegal way to kill a bunch of people. So I don't think that they really care that, they've got a few laws against them. So, well, we need tougher sentences. Well, that doesn't seem to deter people because, again, they're self-destructive and they don't seem to care what happens to them. Why are they doing this? Why does anyone do this? And occasionally you'll hear some little murmur about mental health. We need better access to mental health. We need widespread mental health, and that's like a blip in the conversation usually, and nothing seems to change. And then it's the same thing the next day or the next week or the next, we forget about it because some celebrity did something silly or whatever, and the news cycle continues, and it doesn't seem like anything changes. And it's like we gotta do something that really actually makes sense and changes it. We've got to address what is it that's causing these people to do this, figure out that, and make that not be a thing. And that seems like that's in the realm of psychology. So why is it so quiet that we kind of just murmur psychological help, we need more of it, but then it's just like that's whispered almost, or at least that's what I perceive in the background of let's do more, gun regulations. No, let's get more guns into the hands of the people that will, the let's put armed guards in front of the hospital. Let's arm the nurses and doctors, and it's like, my goodness. So the answer is more guns. That's always the answer. More. And somebody posted a video. I saw this, or somebody had a bow and arrow and went in and shot people with that. It's like, see, they don't have guns there, but see, somebody found a way to kill people anyways. It's like, yeah, but that took training for them to get to that point. One, and secondly, that's pretty rare, I would think. It's like, well, people will find a way to kill people. It's like, well, yeah, maybe, but it seems to me that places that don't have guns don't have gun problems. But then you look at places that have a lot of guns and don't have as many gun problems. You go, okay, well, what's different about America? And you go, well, the culture. Okay, well, what's the culture? It's a mixed bag, really, or it really depends where you live. And so, who are these people? How are they raised? And what were they exposed to? Is there a common theme? And it just doesn't feel like or seem like anyone's really going about trying to tackle the root cause, but rather the symptom, the effect after the fact, and it just keeps happening. That's the other thing that baffles me. It's like, here's another one, 4th of July, it's like, and then people are not just using guns, they're also driving their vehicles into people, or, doing bombs or whatever. And it's just like, what possesses somebody to kill other people like this? I don't understand it. I want to understand it. I want to do something about it. Of course, what can I do other than complain, which isn't going to change anything. But just to kind of put my thoughts out there and say, okay, is this really the answer? Is more guns really the answer? Is less guns? What about, and it's like, what about the psychological aspect? Why do we never do that? Like, doesn't seem like much is being done there. Like, So what do we need to do there to make it so that less people do these mass shootings? Why do people do mass shootings? Um, so here's the thing. This was quite a while ago. Um, okay, so there's a profile according to this. Let's look at this. Two professors find what creates a mass shooter by Politico. Not sure when this was written. Let's see. Oh, that's lately. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, they're complaining the same thing I just said. It's like all these things happen and everyone moves on. So these professors went to look for it. Okay. They did the detailed life histories. Here they go. They're doing exactly what I said we need to do. Uh, they found several people who planned mass shootings but changed their mind. Okay. Uh, so they published a book, The Violence Project: How to Stop a Mass Shooting Epidemic, and there's commonalities that can identify and address the next mass shooter before they pull the trigger. But then they say they say the politicians are actually willing to engage in finding and funding the targeted solutions. So yeah, it does seem like the buck gets handed to the politicians, and I wonder about the common citizen, what they can do. And it's like, maybe there isn't anything. Can we fund this? How do we fund the stuff? What do we fund to help this? Do we buy that book? Is that going to help? I mean, so I guess let's just put that in the description or whatever. Hey, Trusted Ape Podcast. How are you? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just something on my mind. I was just thinking about, because it was like, just kept hearing about shooting here, shooting there, here a shoot, there a shoot, everywhere a shoot, and thinking about, what the bleep? What do I do? What? Why? Stop it! So yeah, if we figured out the profile of people, that's good. Identify them and help them out before they go do it. Yeah, it's literally their job, right? The politicians are supposed to be doing this stuff, but they're not. Yeah, well, just because they're supposed to do their job doesn't mean they will, right? So yeah, I mean, bleep if I know. Anyways, so that's depressing. Yeah, let's get more guns. Whatever. Whee! I don't know. There's another gun shooting in the city today. It's the same old shooting as yesterday. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, I see people getting killed left and right. Anyways, planes and trains and automobiles over here. I'll keep listening. Yeah. I mean, and people, again, it's not just shooting. It's just like anything that causes people to kill. Well, anyone, but a bunch of people. It's like, why? Stop. Why? Like, get help. Why don't you go get help? Like, that it's like, but I don't care about my life. Well, then just end your life. Why do you have to end other people's lives? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Okay, well, that's all I got, I guess, for this whatever this was, rant. I don't know. Just, something that was on my mind. Look forward to all the comments telling me I'm wrong or whatever. Or no comments. That works too. Yeah, whatever. All right. That's it. Next time will be more Thea stuff. I guess. Finn.